Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be doing a Furball creation, which are these kind of animal robot things that I've drawn for in the past. This is a drawing I did today in my sketchbook, and I liked it so much I figured I'd do one for a video. So as you can see here, this is the beginning of the drawing, and I draw it all in with pencil. This part of the drawing is the funnest part for me because this is where you get to kind of see the character, what their traits they have. This guy kind of looks like a, raccoon or maybe a German Shepherd. I didn't really have anything in mind. I just kind of went along the same lines as I did the first one, the character I showed you at the beginning. I really liked the way this guy was turning out, so I decided to move forward with the pen and ink. So I went to Michael's the other day and I bought the two lightest grays that Copic Markers, and I thought I had a darker gray at home, but I didn't. So I ended up using like a cheaper, darker gray, and it doesn't blend as well, which is, bugs me a lot, but you gotta work with what you got. I'll end up buying a darker shade of gray eventually, but this one worked decent for what I was doing. So, but what I'm doing here is basically I fill in the spaces with the lightest gray, and then kind of where the shadowed areas are, I go in with that second gray that I have, which is into the lightest gray is in O, and that's kind of how I get my value changes. And then when I want it darker but not in too dark, I just kind of wait for it to dry and then I go over it again. I'm kind of just figuring this out as I go, seeing maybe the processes that I like. I don't have a lot of experience with markers. That first one I did today, the drawing I showed you at the beginning of this, I like the way that turned out. I like the smooth shading and stuff like that, so I wanted to explore it a little more. I did a video last year, the Ninja Turtle one. I'm sure some of you saw it, but that one didn't turn out very good, and it was because the green was so dark that I couldn't blend it very well, and I just screwed up on it, and I kind of went away from it for a while. And then I saw some artists on Instagram that I follow who does amazing work with Copic Markers, and so I thought I'd give it another shot, and that's why I bought those gray ones. I was just kind of inspired. So yeah, and like I said, I'm kind of figuring this out as I go, just kind of seeing what works. I've definitely, even in this drawing, I realized there's some things I didn't like. So for this style, I decided to do a really dark outline around the whole thing. I just like the way it looks. I know some people don't like the outlines, but for this style of drawing, I like it. So one mistake that I did make, which was hilarious, I couldn't figure out why the metal parts were turning out so dark. And I had put the cap of NO on the N2. So I picked up the marker and I thought it was NO and it was the N2. So all those bottom metal parts should have been the lighter gray. But oh well, I made it work. So right here I actually have a white marker pen that I use for all my highlights, and I really like the way that looks. It's just that nice pop of glare that really makes the drawing stick out. So I feel like that's the nice finishing touch. Now I tried a different marker that is also white, and it, like as you can see on his nose, it did not blend very well, and it was a very bad idea. So I almost felt like I didn't quite ruin the drawing with that, but pretty close. I was definitely unhappy with that, how that turned out. But like I said, I'm still kind of working on this, figuring stuff out, and so the next drawing I'll make sure I don't use that pen. You guys might notice a lot of my drawings I'll do a little base like for the character to be standing on, and I like to do those without any like outlines or anything like that, and just kind of blend them out into the background just so they don't compete with the character, but they still give the character kind of a base. So here's the finished little guy. I did a little bit of photoshopping in it. He looks kind of bronze in this though. But anyway, that's the video. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.